leak.
But anyways, Pioneer Mini Split. What else? We've got a 10,000 watt battery that was custom built from scratch. And I made a couple extra modifications, put a Victron shunt on it, and then bus bars on the front with a kill switch. We're running all Victron equipment in here. It's going to be a Victron Multi-Plus charger inverter. We have a solar, the MPPT controller that's going to get solar from the 1200 watts panels. There's 6 of them. They're 200 watts each that are going on the roof. And we just recently painted those to go with a black trim. And do that with the roof. And I know I'm jumping around here quite a bit, so let's kind of refocus here. What else? Completely resealed the roof, mounted the solar on to get the locations of where the panels would go. Here's a VanLife quick tip. When unboxing your solar panels, keep the boxes. They're much lighter than the actual panels, and when it comes time to put them on the roof, it's going to be a lot easier to size up and determine how much space you have. Usually the boxes are just a little bit larger than the panels, and they can give you a great idea of the space that you're working with. And then took the panels off so that we could make sure that they were sealed. We pressure washed the roof before doing the entire roof again, and noticed that there was some leaks. That was expected, so we completely did a full seal from the front to back, and had to decide where to cut off the roof where I wanted to stop with the cover, because it's got this curvature and it goes all the way down. It's all one piece of fiberglass. So I ended up just taping some lines across and made that's going to be the stopping point for now. And when we come back and do the full cosmetics on the exterior, we'll be able to kind of patch that up, and it'll blend in really nicely. Other things that we did that were really cool is you've got Rec Pro all new panels. This replaced 2 little panels that were here, and we cut that out and put that in. That's a 12-inch panel there. We got a 36 by 12-inch panel that was completely cut out. Cutting the outside of the aluminum was scary, but after the first one, kind of figured it out really well. And another thing that was cool, during the build, used a portable AC unit. And that was really nice to stay cool, because it was starting to get into the summertime and already getting to have some 80-degree days. It's like 90-degree days now, so we got to keep cranking. But anyways, back to Rec Pro panels. Also got a Rec Pro shower panel. Only thing I don't like about the Rec Pro shower panel is that it doesn't match the color, the white color of the other panels dead on. Everything else, they're all exactly the same type of build, but there's a little bit of a difference in this shower cover, and I can never get the key in here. Hold on. This is going to be great for the video. Alright, so I thought that was super cool. These are like 35 bucks on Amazon or something like that, and I was like, alright, I do have a little spot here that I needed to fill that was left over from pulling out the old water heater. There's a 13-inch panel there. I was really delighted to see that the 13-inch, it fit in there perfectly inside of 2 pieces of aluminum for that frame. We pulled out the water tank. I got a portable tank that we're going to be putting in. Back to Rec Pro panels again on the other side. Cut this out. Originally put the Thetford cassette toilet on the other side of this. Had the 12-inch cover that was on the other side here, but noticed that I needed a little bit more room to pull out that cassette. 13 inches is ideal, or you get a little bit of width, and I ended up putting the width there, and that worked out really, really great. Not using that panel for that moving forward in the newer build, but still a great panel. They look great. Painted these 3 guys to match, just use the same stuff that we use on the roof, And then this is my favorite. It's the big, huge hatch we cut out for the air conditioning hatch. So, flipping around back to the other side. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is we pulled out all the propane equipment, and this was a gap for where the propane was. There was a massive tank that was in here, and we ended up having to drop that out. But let's see, painted the flue vent here and this outside GCFI protected electrical circuit. I think the roof turned out really, really nicely. And then again, I know I'm all over the place. Oh, this was missing. This aluminum square was gone. Ended up picking up an aluminum square from Home Depot for like $6. And then these are just Velcro type of handle hanger. Oh, they're hanger. Yeah, they hang like pictures and stuff like that. But it ended up that they work really, really well as a slide handle. I just Velcroed that on there. And the aluminum bends a little bit, so it was easy to just pop it in. It happened to be the perfect dimensions, straight from Home Depot. I did another thing, got rid of the clasp that was there, and put on a magnet clasp, so you can clip that like that. And there was another magnet up here that holds it closed, but that was removed in the demo. Put on a new door handle right here. And, oh, we welded on a folding step. For a while I was using a portable step that you take in and out, and I wanted to have a step that was consistently on there, so that it sits in there and then it locks in the down position, and then when you're ready you lift it up, pull it, and then it locks down again. Okay, so I think we covered most of that stuff. There was the generator bay that was there originally, and that's what we cut into and expanded for that. When it came to the kill mat, did the inside portion of the door panel, did some of the other side of it here. Worked on a lot of the electrical wiring, had issues with dash lights, so ended up with a really creative solution for that. It'll be difficult to see, but picked these up for about $6 at Walmart. They're just stick-on LED lights, and then I was able to wire them into the headlight pull switch there. Also ran an extension for our computer for the Atomic EFI. That goes through the firewall there and reads from the computer. We can get real-time data on temperature, performance, and things like that. So the rest of the panels are off. Right up here, because we're still putting stuff in, have a 360-degree camera that is wired up, and we're working on that. Also a 30-foot extension cable for HDMI. That'll be super cool because there's going to be a monitor here for 360-degree camera view. And then the monitor will also be back next to the bed section, so you can use it as security when you're sleeping and the vehicle's off. And it runs off of the 10,000 watt lithium battery, and it doesn't run off the house battery, or excuse me, the car battery. Also ran AC power up here, and then 2 spares. And then I did something similar here. I added in some spare DC wires and put them all into a harness that needs to go back to the battery. That is run through the engine bay. It comes through the firewall, and it's sealed with lap sealant, some of the same stuff we use on the roof. And then did some thermal tape where it goes through the engine bay there. And then that heads its way under the vehicle and then joins up here with the AC harness and comes inside, and then we run the rest of the wires inside. One of them comes up here for the driver's side camera. Have one that goes underneath with the AC stuff for the inside unit, and pops up on the passenger side for that camera. And then everything else runs back. They're all separated because there was pre-drilled holes from where the electrical was run before, and I wanted to use those. So rather than cram all the wires through one, I just had to spread them out a little bit. And that'll be covered up by the spray foam insulation. Also ran 2 6-gauge from the battery up at the front to the house battery. And I'll show you why that's important in a moment. And again, here comes back all of the wires. We have the blank DC wires. We have DC power for the 360 camera. We have our HDMI, and then also ran various electrical options for outlets in different places. Kind of cheated. I used some of the nice high voltage stuff for most of it, and was able to reclaim what was already in place. And where there wasn't, I just picked up these extension cords from Amazon and ran those, and it's going to be fine for the low voltage and low amperage of things that are going through. So let's see, did some sealing on a couple things. That was a port that was there for electrical access, sealed that up. Did kill mat over the tire wells. We're going to be doing insulation over those inside of a box, and then insulating, and then closing that up, and then kill mat over that box as well. And that completely should get rid of any sort of road noise.